let's see, start off. I have a lot of tabs open real quick, so let me. So one thing I would say, um, first I'm just gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna share my screen with you. Let's see. So one thing I do, and I'm gonna give you my own. By the way, am I freezing up a lot?
A little bit.
Yeah. Can you? Is my sound still coming out normal? Or?
Yeah, the sound is good.
Okay. Might be because I have so many tabs open. I'll be closing those out. So, hopefully that fixes it. But one thing I did, and I'm just gonna give you my own advice too. But if you go on Facebook, and I'm sure maybe you've already done this before, but one thing I wanted to do is like just look up bookkeeper, bookkeeping, and just look at some of the other pages. And to probably see some people you might know. Do you know Denise Vinoy or?
I do not.
No, okay. So, what about Loretta Manbarero?
No.
Okay, no worries. So basically, I was just searching some, and I was just looking at maybe some of the ones that have more likes, just because they've probably been around longer, and just kind of see some of the content they put out there. So I always think that's a great way to kind of get an idea. Check out what posts that they're putting up there that are getting good engagement. What posts are how they're mixing up their posts, how often they're posting. So I was kind of looking through and just seeing what everyone's putting up there, and I know this is someone I know personally that's built up their business pretty well. So I see a lot of mix of inspirational content, what they do for bookkeeping and stuff, but even just giving advice like, hey guys, this time of the year or this deadline's coming up, this whatever, and just factual information. Of course, it's okay to promote yourself, but don't do it all the time. And I'm not saying you are doing that. I'm just saying in general. It looks like one thing I really like about your page is that your writing. I mean, you seem to be a pretty decent writer as far as sounding more personal rather than just copying and pasting the first two sentences of an article or something. I like the way you write. It does sound more casual and personal, which I think is important. One thing I've noticed with the bookkeeping is I think it's important to put, kind of be yourself and show some personality. So I think it's kind of what you're with your writing that you do. But people who kind of show that they are a person behind the bookkeeping and stuff, it kind of seems to help and build those relationships. And you gotta, just from talking with you, I know you have a sense of humor, and I know you're a pretty funny guy and stuff. So I feel like you could really show that side of yourself, and a lot of people want to work with that. So that's one thing I would say. And then also for you could either do bookkeeping for a small business directly, or you could do bookkeeping for you could do accountant work, right? Like our CPA or something. You could partner with them to do some of their bookkeeping.
Yep.
Cool. So obviously, I think that's a great place to start, or I think it's a great place to get involved with too. So some of the things I would do, is kind of on LinkedIn as well. I don't know if you utilize LinkedIn. Are you on LinkedIn?
I am, but it's been a while since I've updated it, so I need to jump back in there.
No worries. Yeah, I would just, LinkedIn rewards the people who fill out their profiles fully, have a cover photo and everything. Like they reward the algorithm because they want you to have a set up profile. Basically utilize all the services they have, all the options they have. So I would put that together, because one thing is really cool you can do on LinkedIn is you can search people very specifically. Like you could look up CPAs and accountants, or you could look up industry accounting, and you could search in Wisconsin. Like you can do very specific kind of searches on there, and I would try to connect with them. And that doesn't mean this is more of a long-term play. This is not just directly, connect with them and then message them, hey, let me do your books, or let me help you with your books. But more so having them follow you and connect with you, so that when you're consistently putting out content and posting about stuff, and they need a bookkeeper, they might think of you, right? They might think of you, they will see you, you're putting yourself in front of them as much as possible. So You can also do that with Facebook pages though. So here I pulled out a ton of different bookkeeping pages. The one thing when I was doing is I was thinking it might even be better is pulling up a bunch of CPA and accounting pages. And you know, as soon as you go over someone's page and you like their page, that stands out to them. They'll see that. Everyone noticed that. Everyone likes that. I don't care if you have 1,000 likes or, you know, 1,000,000 likes, or okay, maybe not 1,000,000, you probably don't notice then, but you know, if you have 10 likes or you have 100 likes or 1,000 likes, you're going to notice people like your stuff. So what I would do personally is go through on Facebook, search up, you know, CPAs, accountants. You could even try to search specifically like, you know, accountant, in, geez, I don't know any cities in Wisconsin. Milwaukee, right? Milwaukee's in Wisconsin.
That is in Wisconsin, yes.
Okay. Green Bay. There we go. I just know sports stuff. So, so that's one thing you could do. And obviously you try that at first just because that would be perfect, you know, but you don't have to limit yourself to that, of course. But then it just gives you something to talk about, especially if you're from that area. So anyways, I would pull up a bunch of those and I would like them. I would also pull up a bunch of different people who have, you know, bookkeeping pages and see some of the content that they put out there and see what works for them. You know, this person hasn't posted since 2018, probably wouldn't look at their stuff. So that's probably not a good one. You know, and just seeing what catches people's eyes, you know, what are they posting here? Recently I had a meeting with a business coach about scaling my business. This kind of style right here, I really like telling stories like this. That was one thing I could already see you kind of doing, just because the fact, again, your writing style, I feel it was a little bit more, you know, just like conversational. I'm sorry, I'm gonna exit all these out. I was opening all of these. But again, see this one, platform you start learning about your own bookkeeping service, stuff like that. Stuff like this, what are you gonna find here? Are you gonna find, you know, like, I think it's important to get involved in the bookkeeping community, which you already have. You have Facebook groups and stuff like that. But I think just putting yourself in that community is going to be helpful, because there might be bookkeepers who can't do certain stuff that you can do, or can't take on a certain project, who, you know, they are asked for a referral for whatever reason. I would just put yourself in as many of these little communities as possible. And just liking people's pages. This one's got a 6th grader for my dear friend, a business coach, business doctor. Okay, 21 likes, that's pretty good. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted on that. Let's see. And when you're following the accountants and CPAs and stuff, humor them. Like when everyone makes posts for their business to that is trying to get engagement, right? Like they're trying to get engagement, and maybe it's the question. And I think you should do this too. I think open-ended questions, that you could do this in Facebook groups. Like the open-ended question would be, what is the biggest need for your business right now? You know, what is the biggest need for what do you need the most help with your business? You know, what are, and without making it sound intimidating by like, oh, I can help you with this right away. You know, just do an open-ended. And if a lot of people say, I don't have the time to do this, I don't have time, that's right, when that gives you a perfect opening, because they just said, I have this need, rather than saying, who needs bookkeeping services, right? And you're doing open-ended. And then if they don't answer it the way you know, if they didn't say they need bookkeeping needs, you can still have those conversations. It's still valuable, because they could refer you potentially, right? So I would do some open-ended questions like that. You could do that in Facebook groups. You want to utilize stuff like Facebook groups, because your following right now is not huge, right? You're new with it. So in a Facebook group, more and more people are actually going to see your page, rather than if you just, or your posts, rather than if you just posted with, you know, whatever amount of likes or followers you have, because those are the only people who are going to see it right now. So that's one thing I would do. I think a lot of things I've seen people get a lot of likes on, I mean, is again, people, like, you see she put one picture up with herself on it. I'm not saying, I know there's a reason. You said you didn't want to do the phone number up there, right? You know, and how do you feel about like you have a private Facebook page, right?
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're very much so about keeping business, private life separate.
I am. I don't mind posting pictures on there,
Okay.
but I don't have any professional headshots right now. So once I get them, they'll be posted. But
No worries. And I would just say, yeah, having a face to it is always helpful. But even like little, like, guess you want to be professional, but having like some kind of shot of you, you know, if you could have someone take a picture of you when you're doing some of the work, when you're doing something, like, for example, I was reading somewhere just in general with marketing that companies that put actual employee photos up, and not like just headshots, but actual pictures of like employees working or something, those do a lot better than stock photos of like someone at a desk, you know, doing this or whatever, someone doing a bookkeeping. If you can do some kind of real photo, that's going to be beneficial. Again, it's showing yourself as a real person, and people like you and they want to work with you. I mean, there's a lot of bookkeepers, right? You have to give them a reason to want to work with you. So that's one thing I would say. More personal. How do you feel about doing like videos?
I do have a plan to do like training videos that I'll post, short training videos on things that are common. Haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's on my list.
Hey, no, I know, and I'm gonna tell you again. I already know. I'm probably gonna tell you things you already know, or tell things that you want. You know, you maybe, you know, some people don't want to do. Some people don't want to do, you know, live videos and stuff. But you could even do videos breaking down certain upcoming deadlines, like I talked about, certain just explaining what something means. You could do, you know, again, the advice, whatever, right? You can do certain cool things, but you want to provide this kind of free value to people, and then just show them that you're someone who's really, like, you don't need to know everything about bookkeeping, but what you need to show them is you're someone who's an avid learner of things, an avid studier of things, someone who's gaining knowledge. Show people that you are, you know, just did this course today, just read this article today, just always, you know, spend an hour or spending time trying to keep up on the latest, you know, tax law, whatever, you know, or you know, with books. So, and you want to be a resource in general for small businesses, right? So if you can post, you know, about things that are just upcoming laws that maybe aren't exactly, you know, something you read about that just affects small businesses in general, you're positioning yourself as someone who is a small business resource, pretty much, right? So that's one thing I would try to do. Let me get rid of some of these tabs. Okay, my computer is not as loud anymore. That's good. All right. 5minutebookkeepingblog.com. So this is a page they have a lot of, and you might just want to even go to their website, stuff like that. As far as the blog goes, again, I saw your writing style on there. I like that. And now you're just kind of wondering what kind of content you should put on your blog.
Yeah, so for a blog, I know it obviously needs to be more like an article or longer than just a quick post on Facebook. So that's where I'm struggling, I think, for my website for the blog content.
Right. So as far as like how much you should, okay, like basically pretty much just come up with longer, you know, more extensive, you know, pieces pretty much for your blog. And I actually, maybe that could always be the main focus too, because what you could do is take, you know, you could take parts of those articles and make them as separate independent posts too, right? So it's like pillar content where you do one thing and you're able to get a lot of different pieces of content off of one big overall piece.
That's true.
So that's one thing. So I agree with you, is focusing on that is a good idea. Sorry, I had so many open. Passion. This is kind of, why not let a number in there? Like, see, money can go trouble for you. Focus and stuff like that. I like the way this, if you like, look at this, for example, I really like how she has her bio. You know, many bookkeepers is a dreaded chore. For me, bookkeeping is my passion. Why I live a number nerd like me. You know, there's just some self-deprecating humor in there. There's some, you know, keeping it real and like saying, hey, you know, it's not that you can't do this, it's that you just, you know, you don't want to, you know, or you know, it might stop you from doing certain things. If you could find any kind of, it's tough. Okay. Let's see. Let me close out some of these. Get rid of this. You have to tell everybody company officials in Michigan. Personal stuff. Video plan. Blog. releasing blocks. Okay. You could even, I think something would be really cool, and I don't know what your interest is in this. I follow a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk. Are you familiar with Gary V?
I am not.
I would actually I would follow him on every platform: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. He is the king of social media, of marketing in general. I think he's got about 8 million followers on Instagram. He's got a huge podcast. He's just always putting out content and ideas. And he just wants to help people, build their brand pretty much. He's all about building your brand and how you can do it. One thing I think would be really cool, and you have an opportunity to do this, is, and you don't have to post it all the time, but I would document some of your journey of starting your own business. I would document some of your trials and tribulations. I think, you could even relate certain tasks that you have to do on your own, that you wish you could automate, right? That you wish or other people could take care of, and kind of relate that to bookkeeping too. You can kind of relate that to bookkeeping. This would free me up to do what I'm good at. So I, need this, blah, blah, blah. But if you can document yourself building up and learning these things, that could really set you apart going forward, especially being a resource for other bookkeepers and stuff. And again, it's just all about brand building. It's all about showing people you're a real person. You're always studying. You're always, basically standing out. It doesn't even matter how you do it, as long as it's not negative, right? But like standing out from everyone else is all it's really about on social media, and really getting actual engagement. Number nerd bookkeeping solutions. So even here, like this photo, she used an actual photo of herself instead of a stock photo. I think that's a great idea. I think finding ways though to be a benefit to, accountants and CPAs is going to be big for you. I think that would be an avenue I would take. And again, just by liking their page, humoring them, commenting on some of their stuff, you'd be surprised how many people notice you when you actually engage with their stuff, because everyone wants that. Everyone wants people to engage with their stuff, right? That's what, you want more engagement, you want more reach. Everyone wants that same thing. So this is your page right here. Is booking companies from a small business professionals in landscaping and lawn care industry. So is that specifically who you work with?
It is, yep. That's who I want to work with.
Okay. And actually, I think that's kind of cool. You kind of have a niche like that. So have you tried, so then scratch what I was saying then, as far as looking up landscaping and lawn care, people in your area, have you done any kind of searches for that?
I have. I've actually sent out letters. I've liked a bunch of Facebook groups. There's a bunch of private ones that I'm also involved in. I'm going to try some of these tactics with open-ended questions to get more conversation going. But I'm trying to find them where they're at, so I can learn more about their niche and kind of embed myself as an expert. But
so maybe that's some of the things you could do for your blog post too. And I think you kind of did on one of your blog posts as well, but more stuff that's keeping up with these industries, with the latest in landscape and lawn care, as far as it could be new regulations, it could be new laws, it could be new employee, whatever, it could be all these different things. If you're known as a resource for them and you're able to share that, make a blog post on there, the whole idea is if you can get people on a Facebook group to, you say you write one post or you do an open-ended question or whatever, right? And what you want them to do eventually is click on your page and go to your website. And then they go to your website and they see all these different things, all these different resources you have. That's going to be a benefit to them. So I think the open-ended question will help a lot. What's the biggest thing your business needs? What would you do with what could you do with your, how would it, what would you do with your business if you could open up an extra day, if you could open up some more time? What would that freedom look like for you? Or, what's keeping your business from achieving or reaching the goals that you had set out for yourself, or what, for taking the next level, or, just any kind of open-ended questions, I think are going to be beneficial for you. But definitely, and I think LinkedIn's gonna be a better tool to find real professional. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go to LinkedIn real quick. Like people on LinkedIn, you're gonna get more of the face of the company rather than just business pages too, right? So let's see if I can do a search. So doesn't have to, I know, but just again, if you can have this one thing in similarity that you can relate to, beautiful, right? You're gonna find all these different people, and a lot of them might not show, so you could do like a second and third connection. And what I would do, go through. Also, it helps if there is a shared connection. So we got these three. I would just do connect, add note, and Brooks. I noticed I am looking. We have. Sometimes I'll say, you know, including Chris Billingham, whatever, right? But you don't have to go even that much. I'd love to connect. You just copy this. And you just add a note. I'm looking at it on my LinkedIn. I know we have a few mutual connections. I'd love to connect, right? And so you can go up and down this whole list, and then when you finally do connect with them, I can show you a way to get them to DM you. So let's see. I go to my network. I go to connections. You know how to endorse skills in LinkedIn?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. And there's a reason specifically for doing this. Not just, obviously, you know, we've talked about it. You want to have people have a positive thought of you. You know, you want people to think about, you know, we want people, like if you endorse someone, they probably will notice the next time your post comes up, right? Like if you're connected and stuff, they'll notice you. That's not the main reason. The main reason, if I go through, I endorse your skills, you don't actually have to answer the questions, right? You just click off the screen. You know, I endorse all the skills. So what's it gonna do for him is that he's gonna get a notification right here. And it says, and I'm sure you're aware, right? But you know, whatever, Aaron Justice endorsed you for landscaping, blah, 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 and 3 other skills. Say thanks, right? It prompts you to say thank you. So many people actually do that. They click on this, on the thank you, right? And so when they do that, it sends you a message. So now this person literally just sent you a DM. This person literally just sent you a DM saying, thank you for the endorsement. And right there, from that point on, you have them kind of, you have already made it not a cold message because they messaged you first and they're already going to think nicely of you because you endorsed them. Now from right there, you could say, hey, yes, I would, you know, absolutely. I really like your profile and stuff. You know, and I actually trying to, you can even put it this way. I'm trying to specialize in working with landscaping professionals or something like that. So I just wanted to see if maybe, you know, I could see if there's any way I could, you know, try to refer some business to you, but also from you. I just want to get some insight from you so I can figure out how to best be a resource for people in that community. So basically what you're saying is not, hey, let's set up a one-on-one to see if we can work together. You're basic, yeah, of course that's already going to come up, but you're already coming up with, you know, you're already having the point where it's like, hey, I just want to ask you about your expertise. Like, I want you to, because people will love to share what they think they're good at, right? People love to share and talk about things that they're good at. So if you're able to get them to do that, to do a quick one-on-one with you, set up a 15-minute phone call. Hey, I'd love to see if there's anyone in my network that can benefit you, but I would love to just get some information from you, or ask you some questions, or get some of your expertise, or just see again if I can be a resource for you. Not everyone's going to say yes, but you'd be surprised how many people would be down just for a short phone call or whatever. Hey, I know a lot of people in the business, maybe I can refer you some work, something like that. So I think LinkedIn's a great tool for that, and that's how you can actually get quite a bit of appointments that way. So let's see. I was just looking up some random stuff, like what are the good ideas for people to post, blah blah blah. One thing I really liked though, again, was the deadlines, upcoming events, questions. You could even ask stuff that's non bookkeeping related. You just want to keep it more conversational sometimes, and I think you can do a good job of doing that. Let's see, I want to look at your website too. It would be good for working on your books. We take pride in that work and try to make constantly fun. We are different from other. We focus on one industry rather than multiple industries. I like that. Okay. And then on Facebook, bookkeeping. I would like almost. Oh, there's a message. I would almost like have something related to the lawn care. Like, actually, this is a really cool logo, but as far as lawn care, or something that even says, like within the cover photo, almost like within, you want to grab people's like if that's specifically who you want to work with, you might even want to put that in the title, or in the, because I get it, you have it here, but it's like your pinned post, and this is awesome too. It should, like, you want people to see it and think, oh wow, like this is, like, for me, if I had a landscaping business and I knew I needed a bookkeeper and I found someone who was specifically for landscaping, that's like literally the perfect person that I want to work with. That's the perfect person. But if you need people to be able to see that, like as soon as they like have it pop up to them, pretty much as soon as they come on there, they can see that that's what you specialize in. Again, I like your logo a lot. So if I go to home, bookkeeping, I would have somewhere like how you have these bold, like that's what people are going to see first, all the headers. I would have something about the landscaping lawn care professionals. Like you could have this part like a little bit bigger writing or something like that, and then it go into the rest, something like that. Like you want it to stand out, because honestly, even though I was just checking it out, I'd kind of forgotten that that's specifically what you focus on right there, because you want it to make it like right in front of people's faces. So you made this one right here. Thought that was pretty cool. Could you make an article about, let me ask you real quick separately, why landscaping, and why landscaping businesses?
Go back to my homepage. You should refresh that page. I just updated it.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Did that not update? Hit your refresh button. Oh, come on.
No worries. Let me try this. Maybe if I go Chrome. Just use a new browser. I think it's the same. Let me see. I can share.
That's weird. Usually it's pretty live.
Maybe I can. Let's see. If I quit the application, maybe that will work. Anyways, what did you update it with?
Let me share my screen.
Oh, perfect. Can you, or do I need to?
Nope, I can't.
Okay, go ahead.
Boom.
Love it. I love it. No, seriously, like I love it. I love it. And I really like your logo too, but if somehow you could even like, you know, a background image up here, something, you know, with landscaping in it, lawn care, I don't know, something. It doesn't have to actually be a part of your logo. It could just be a background image, you know, because I like your logo. That's
I would look into that.
Yeah, I just think if that's your niche, and I think it's a good idea, like that's exactly what you gotta like push for. Like I don't even care about other businesses right now, because you're gonna interact with them anyways. You're gonna interact with other business owners anyways through networking, through, you know, different Facebook groups, doing these open-ended questions. I would still keep them in your network. I would still try to add those people to your network. But if you're promoting and posting about stuff, post specifically for that. So even address them in your post. For example, and Gary Vee is someone who talks about this. If I wanted to talk to business owners in Sacramento, if I said, hey, Sacramento, or people, hey, Sacramento, right there, people in Sacramento are going to be 2 to 3 or 4 times more likely to read the post if I say, hey, Sacramento first, than if I did not. Now, are other people going to ignore it? Maybe. That doesn't matter. If I'm looking for people in Sacramento. I did that the other day. I did a live video for a NorCal call, and I had a Sacramento Kings thing up in the background, just hanging. I had a little like a banner, and then I started my caption with "Hey Sacramento business," or "Hey or whatever, right? Something on Sacramento, and then I said that too. Right there, I'm already there. They're at least going to be like, all right, what is this guy? What does this fool have to say? You know, what is this guy going to say? Right there, I think just having your message directly towards them is going to be a huge benefit. What is your link? Are you just Josh?
Ooh, you know, I haven't been on there in a while. I don't know what it should be. Just Josh Brown, maybe Joshua Brown.
Not gonna lie to you, I have a feeling I'm gonna find quite a few Josh Browns.
I'm sure you will. You might find me under my last business name, Elite Bookkeeping. I haven't updated it yet, but that has been gone for a while.
Joshua Brown. Yep. You Claire?
Eau Claire, yep.
Eau Claire, close enough. What did I say? I said Tuscan the other day instead of Tucson. Stuff like your cover. So when you do get back on LinkedIn, I sent you a connection request. What I would do is update your cover photo, obviously your profile photo, put something back there. I'm more than typical, as I have experience working both sides of the fire, so I've been in the shoes making. But once again, what is their main reason for wanting to specifically work with landscaping?
Oh yeah, that's where we left off. So when we were doing the training through the Bookkeeper Business Launch, which is the name of the program, the test company is in QuickBooks is a landscaping company, and the company we learned on is a landscaping company. So I really liked it. I really liked the niche. I love working on my lawn, so it's cool. It works well.
That's a great reason. You should share that story. You should do that as a post. And why do I specialize in that? I think it's awesome. What I'm saying is the fact that you think it's awesome already is going to warm you up to these people a lot more, right? The fact that you're like, has anyone ever has anyone ever thought bookkeeping was the most, just was super cool or whatever, or they were interested in it, like you want to engage with those people, like, oh, you think what I do is cool, awesome, right? So I think kind of the same thing, hey, landscaper, it's, and part of it is I know there's a need, like I see landscapers who just have this almost this empire right in front of them, how they could literally take things to the next level, but they found themselves being held back by all these kind of trivial tasks, all these trivial smaller things that they got to do, whether it be their own payroll, blah, blah, whatever, but bookkeeping, and I noticed that bookkeeping that's where I can help. That's where I can come in. You can take your business to the next level, free you up to do these things that you love, spend time with your family. That's the other thing I would go into too. I feel like with people who are doing a lot of manual kind of labor and stuff like that, a big thing for them is they spend a lot of time. They work a lot of hours. Hey, free this up so you can spend more time with your family. Free us up so you can, not even just all in your business, because that's big, but if you can also, touch their emotions a little bit with it too, I think that's going to be helpful. So it might have been kind of vague advice on stuff. I hope you can get some value from it. As far as stuff I would write about in the blogs though, I don't think there's any problem writing about why you got into bookkeeping in the first place. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting into why you just told me about landscaping that made you super interested. I think you could do blog posts about Wisconsin, and again, those are going to attract different kinds of people. You don't have to work with people in Wisconsin, but you still have that advantage that you are from Wisconsin. You have that advantage. So I would do just start off with different stuff like that. And as you learn more things, I would share the things you learned on your blogs. I would just share the different things that you're learning, whether it be actual experience talking to a customer, or you could share. You do a one-on-one with someone, you could share the story, whether you work with them or not. You could just share, hey, I met with someone today, this is blah, blah, blah. They did this and, whatever. They had this problem. They were hoping to have this kind of thing. Just share stories. That's really how I would do it. And then throw advice in there, of course. But I would just start putting stuff out there and just see how people react to it. And, put it on social media too. Put links to it on social media. Drive people to your website. That's the thing. Put links to it on social media, try to get their attention. They go to your website, they see landscaping professionals right there. Bam. That's gonna help. So any specific questions you have for me?
No, this is a lot of good stuff to work through. So
good. And hey, don't hesitate. I'm happy to meet with you again. You could always, I think my advice for people is try some stuff out for a little while, put some things out there, do things on your own that you learn, and maybe try some of the things that we talked about, incorporate it, and let's connect again and just kind of see where we're at and see how we can take another step forward.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, Josh. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.